Hello, my name is Paige. Welcome to my channel, Paperbacks and Lattes. Today I want to tell you some recommendation for cinnamon roll heroes. So today I wanted to come to you with another recommendation video of some books that feature cinnamon roll heroes. To me, a cinnamon roll hero are just sweet guys who would do anything for their lady, you know, whether it be protect them or just, you know, their lady is like their whole world, and he's just so sweet and adoring to her. You know, he adores her with everything he has. And that is just, in my eyes, the definition of a cinnamon roll hero. So I wrote down some books that I think have cinnamon roll heroes, so let's go ahead and get started. The first one is Transcendence by Shay Savage. This definitely has a cinnamon roll hero. The girl is from the modern time period, and she accidentally travels back to like the caveman era. She falls into this caveman's trap. It's like a trap for, you know, animals. And he sees her there, and he's just, you know, when he sees her, he thinks that he has found his mate, because his village was burned from a fire. He was the only one that survived it. He has been all alone, and he has just been heartbroken from losing everybody he cared about, everybody he knew. And now he sees her, and he thinks, you know, he's so overjoyed at finding her, and he would do anything to protect her and take care of her. They have this communication issue because he cannot talk, even though she does try to teach him. He can't sign, but they communicate through their actions and through their facial expressions, and they build a love that is so sweet. Like I said, he would just do anything for her. Her feelings and how she reacts to him is what he cares most about. He wants her to be happy. He wants her to be taken care of, and he does everything in his power to make sure that that happens. And I just love this story so much. It was so sweet. It was told from his point of view, and I adored this book so much. The next one is Bacon Me Crazy by Carla Sorensen. It's been a while since I read this, but I cannot forget about this book. I loved it so much when I read it. I think it's time for a reread of this book because I just adored it so much. This is about Levi and Jocelyn. So they meet when Levi is helping, he's come to coach this team because he is wanting to become like a physical therapist for disabled people, and he starts helping coach this basketball team and it's a girls basketball team, but they're in wheelchairs. And when he meets Jocelyn, he just falls head over heels in love with her. He knows that she's the one, but he never lets her know that. They become best friends, so their friendship is so strong. And he would do anything for her. As the years go by, they are so close. Like, he moves out of his parents' house into like the garage or something off of the house, and he makes it into his apartment, but he makes it wheelchair accessible for Jocelyn because she spends so much time over there when they hang out. But he wants everything to be, you know, safe for her and make sure that she is welcomed and that it's a safe space for her. And so everything he does in his life is like for her, around her. You know, he does everything to accommodate his life for her. And then when they realize, you know, when she realizes that he is totally in love with her, it is such a sweet romantic story. I love this one so much. He is definitely a cinnamon roll hero because he adores the heroine so much. The next one is Full Tilt by Emma Scott. I think the hero in this story is such a cinnamon roll hero because his name is Jonah, and he is this limo driver, and he is driving this band to and from the venue from like their hotel that they're staying at. One of the girls from the band gets completely wasted, So her bodyguard just kind of puts her into the car and tells Jonah to drive her back to the hotel or the place that they're staying at. Well, he drives her back, but there's nobody there, so he doesn't feel right for just leaving her there on the doorstep. So he takes her back to his apartment and takes care of her, and he like kind of nurses her back to health, and she realizes that, you know, she loves like his low-key type style life, and they become friends, turn into lovers, and the way that he feels about her and takes care of her is just amazing, and I definitely love Jonah in Full Tilt. The next one is The Guy on the Right by Kate Stewart. Of course, I have to put this one on the list because the hero Theo in this story is a complete cinnamon roll hero. He meets Lainey at college. They're both going to college, and he is just infatuated with her from the very start. And they become best friends, and all the while he's in love with her. You know, he is so head over heels for her, but he has a hard time, you know, gathering the courage to like tell her to do something about it. And he's just so sweet to her. He would do anything for her. Like I said, that is just what a cinnamon roll hero is to me. And of course there are bumps along the way in their, you know, when they do start a relationship, it is so sweet. There are a few bumps along the way in their relationship, but this was definitely such a sweet romance story. The next one is Keepsake by Serena Bowen. This is the third book in the True North series. This is about Zach and Lark. So Lark has had a very rough time. She has gone through something very traumatic, and she comes to stay on this apple orchard, and Zach is an employee at this apple orchard. And Zach is a very innocent guy. Like, he's a virgin hero. He has escaped from this like commune cult type of situation before. So he like is still learning like the world around him, and he is very much infatuated with Lark, and he helps her because she is going through this dark time in her life, and he helps her through it. Like, he's the bright light in her life, and he helps her, and he's such a sweet guy. Oh my goodness, Zach is such a sweet guy, and he is definitely a cinnamon roll hero. The next one is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. This one evolves around Archer and Bree. So Bree comes to this town, and she moves to this town. She has just lost her dad, and she is just, you know, still in mourning. And she meets Archer. He is like the town recluse, the town black sheep. Nobody really likes him. And he kind of stays away from everybody. He's deaf, for one thing, and there's a lot of drama up from his past, from his family, and he is really just seen as not a competent guy, but he's like one of the smartest guys there are, because he learns everything. He reads these books and learns all about life, because he's kind of, when he was little, he was kept away from the public, and now he keeps himself away because they aren't, you know, he doesn't get a very positive reaction from people, so he just stays to himself. And she befriends him, and he is such he's a virgin hero for one, but he is such a recluse that he hasn't hardly spent any time around anybody, and he is just amazed that she would want to be with him, that she even would just want to be his friend. And he falls in love with her, and he loves her with all of his being, and I love that. I love this so much. This book is amazing. The next one is Goodbye Paradise by Serena Bowen. This is an MM romance. This revolves around Josh and Caleb. They have both escaped this commune / cult place. It's the same one from Keepsake, where Zach had escaped, So they grew up in this horrible lifestyle. They have been treated horribly, and they have been secretly in love with each other for years, but they've never told each other because, for one thing, they would be horribly punished within this cult for, having these type of thoughts. But they throw one of them out. I can't remember which one it was. And they throw him out because he's pretty much useless to them. And the other one follows because he is completely in love with him. And so they end up, in this, out of this cult and into the world alone. And they are able to go stay with somebody they previously knew that had gotten away from this cult. And now they are in the world together, and they are discovering that they love each other so much, and this is their relationship, and they are just so sweet to each other. They're so innocent, and they're just learning about everything together. And this book was so sweet. I love both of these heroes so much. Definitely recommend this one. The next one is Hero by Lauren Rowe. I had to include this one because, I love Colby so much. Colby is the hero in this book. He is a firefighter who was injured on the job. He is trying to save this little girl out of a fire, or it's, I think it's a baby. He's trying to save this baby. And he is very badly injured because, he is burned while he's trying to rescue the baby from this burning house. So now he's in the hospital, and he is recovering from his burns, and now he has to go through physical therapy, and he meets his physical therapist, and her name is Lydia. And their first meeting, he was kind of under his painkillers, and so he was calling her his angel and everything, and they had just met. But he knew immediately that he liked her. He was very much infatuated with her from the very beginning, from the first time he laid eyes on her. But it is a fight to be with her because she is a single mom to 3 kids. She had lost her husband previously. He was a police officer that was killed in the line of duty. So she is very, very slow to give her heart away. But their romance is amazing. I love Colby. I love how much he is willing to do for the heroine to make her, see that he loves her and that he would do anything for her, and how much he loves her kids. That was one of the things that I love most about this book, was that even though this was another man's kids, he has no blood relation to them at all, but he is willing to step in and love them as his own. And that was also just another part of the book that just really made me fall in love with Colby. He is such a swoon-worthy hero. The next one is actually a historical romance that I read recently. It is A Notorious Vow by Joanna Shupe. I love this one so much. This one is about Oliver and Christina. Christina has been walking through his gardens because it is like her escape from her family. And Oliver, it's actually Oliver's gardens that she's been walking through, and he tells her, he catches her and tells her to stay away, but she doesn't. And she tells him that, her family is trying to force her to marry this very old, very bad man, because he is rich and they need money. And she's kind of abused by her mother because she's being forced into this marriage that she does not want. And so Oliver steps in to help her, and he offers to marry her to get her out of the situation. He is also deaf, and so, is kind of a recluse from society because everybody thinks that he is just not competent, and that he is, not worthy. He would do anything to protect her, and likewise, she also fights for him when he's being pulled under as well. But I love this historical romance so much. I just loved how much that he loved her and how much he was willing to do for her to keep her out of these bad situations. Number 10 is like a whole series. It's not just one book. It's the Ice Planet Barbarian series by Ruby Dixon. And I know some people might laugh at me for recommending this, but I'd have to, because this is an alien romance series. These girls, these human girls, are kidnapped from Earth by these aliens. They're kidnapping these girls to sell them as slaves. And so they realize this, and one of the girls, you know, kind of steps up and takes leadership, and they crash the alien ship they're on. Well, they crash land on this ice planet, and these blue aliens discover them in this, you know, these blue aliens discover them in this crashed alien ship, and they, oh my goodness, I cannot tell you how much that these aliens adore these girls. This is sort of a fated mate situation, because they have this, they have like this parasite thing implanted in them to be able to live on this planet. And the Kui, which is what it's called, lets them know if they are fated, you know, to be with each other or not. And some of them are, some of them aren't, but these aliens, these big blue aliens, would do anything for these girls to make them happy, to make them feel loved, to make them feel cherished. They are just, these girls are their world. Each story is just so amazing. Each one is a cinnamon roll hero, because they live for their girl. So I really recommend this whole series. So those are some books with cinnamon roll heroes, or what I think are cinnamon roll heroes. I love reading stories that the guy is just, the hero is just so head over heels for his lady. That is just so sweet. I love it every time. So let me know what you think are cinnamon roll heroes, what books that you recommend that have cinnamon roll heroes in it, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.